Hello, everyone. Today I will be talking about social media and its effects on the human mind. A lot of social media nowadays has kind of taken its toll on the human psyche, and one of the main causes of social media being a part of our daily lives, one of the causes that we can see very clearly is depression. Now, depression comes in many different forms, whether it be, emotional, physical, anything like that. Um, Lots of people go through different things that may actually contribute to more deep symptoms of depression. I believe that social media definitely plays into one of those. It definitely plays into depression in a big way because most people probably would sit around and look at their phone and seeing other people doing stuff, and that they're probably just sitting at home or at the library or something. Um, I can tell from experience that I've seen my friends sometimes online, and I'm like, man, that looks fun. And I sit and I'm like, hey, I'm in my room, you know. But depression is a big thing when it comes to the use of social media. Self-esteem is another one that has been affected by the use of social media. Um, a lot of people probably aren't as confident anymore than they would be, just having someone compliment them or something, because nowadays it's really about how many likes I get, or how many shares I get, or how many comments my photo has or something. Which, I mean, in actuality, none of it really matters, because I mean, unless that's what you want. But um really it should just come from you. So a lot of people have, self-actualization, actualization problems because they don't get enough likes or something. Another thing I want to talk about is perspectives on issues that, or opinions that people might have. You know, the internet is definitely a great place to have discussions with people who may have varying opinions on things, and social media has definitely become a platform of which people express their views, and they express how they think and how they, go about their daily lives. So a lot of the perspective stuff comes from all the news that's forced out online, all the articles that people share but don't read. A lot of that stuff goes on. Um, can't tell you how many times I've seen people that share articles but don't actually read it, and you can see that the articles, from 3 or 4 years ago. And I think it's a really big problem because people are getting more and more drawn away from actual human, you know, relationships, because most of the time when people get together now, it is about, hey, look at this thing I found on my phone. Like, it's so funny, like, it's so cool, look at that. Instead of, actually talking about your day or talking about something like that. Um, Confidence is another thing, like I mentioned before, with people getting likes and whatnot, that I think people just have a really hard time kind of getting through their head now. Um, Attitudes towards people, they might shift if something goes wrong on social media. I'm not really sure why people tend to get more aggressive when they get on social media. I guess it's because, they're sitting behind a screen, so they don't really have to be themselves. Social media is definitely a platform that makes it easier to be a toxic person if you already kind of lean that way. Um, but I think we just have to remember that, before all of this, we were just humans without any way to constantly be on the know about what each other are doing. And I think that social media needs to be talked about in more of a broad spectrum, so we can kind of begin to figure out the problems and where they root from, and where they grow their roots, and so we can begin to find solutions so we can get back to being more connected.